Good shot, kid. I think you got him. Good shot, kid. I think you got him.
Hello there, and welcome back to some more Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Today we continue on Let's Play. This is episode 42. In today's episode, we are taking a look at the Oysters of San Fierro. So if you are following along at home, we have done the Oysters of Los Santos and of the Badlands. That brings us up to 25 total. Today we're going to be adding a further 10 to the collection. Oyster number 26 is in this sort of spa-like body of water, which is just off Missionary Hill near the country club. A pretty interesting piece of lake. I believe there's actually steam coming off this, although I could be wrong in-game, which is interesting. Yeah, it's a cool body of water, although it's one you'll fall into by accident if you ever try to drive down Missionary Hill at any course of speed. Oyster number 27 is underneath a ship that becomes important later on in the game, but it hasn't become important yet, so you don't know about it. But either way, it's at this boat in Easter Basin, just off the bow. I believe that's what the front of a boat is called. Yeah, just underneath there. Quite a few of these are underneath boats. The next two you will actually need to get 5 stars for, because they are inside the San Fierro naval base. Oyster number 28 is in the middle docking station, sort of halfway down in there. It's there. Don't go into the first one by accident. That's where you'll find the launch boat, which is a unique boat, but no oyster. Oyster number 29 is also at the naval base. It is underneath the aircraft carrier, which also actually becomes important later on, but we don't know about that yet. When it becomes important later on, I guess that's the most peak time to get it, because you won't get a wanted level, but, you know, doing it this way, just because it makes things simpler when it comes to collecting these things. Oyster number 30 is at the head of the runway at the San Fierro airport. Of course, it's not actually on the runway or on the land, it's off its own little island, but either way it's there. Once you die, simply come out of there, drive all the way down to downtown, and then go to near the Garver Bridge, because Oyster number 31 is in between the supports of the Garver Bridge. There's only one sort of support that you need to worry about going sort of underwater on this one, so just in between there you go. That's Oyster number 31. Oyster number 32 is underneath the boat that apparently changes colours. I didn't realise this before, but yeah, I actually noticed in the editing the boat's green when you sort of see it from a distance, then it turns red as you get closer to it. I believe this is the boat that is seen in Amphibious Assault as well, so I guess you could get it on that mission if you really wanted to, but if you're doing our tactic that we use, then you won't see it. Oyster number 33 is underneath the boat used in the Dananfang. It's sort of on the San Andreas fault line, one of the very few remnants of the earthquake that affected San Fierro a couple of years before the game. But yeah, make sure you have decent lung capacity for that one, because there's a chance you will choke to death, or drown, actually, I should say, as you're getting that one, because yeah, it is quite a ways down. Oyster number 34 is near the first support of the Gant Bridge, so sort of between Jizzy's Pleasure Domes and the actual Gant Bridge itself, just underneath here. So once you're on the Jizzy missions, I guess you can sort of swim over here just quickly if you want to be time efficient. Of course, we weren't time efficient, because where's the fun in that? And finally, Oyster number 35 is behind the last support of the Gant Bridge, heading into Bayside. Interestingly, despite the fact that Bayside is technically in the Boneland part of the map, you do not get a wanted level. I believe you can actually even drive into Bayside, and the blocking to stop you going any further is actually in the tunnel to Tio Robada, but I didn't check that. But what I do know is Oyster number 35 you can get without any form of police attention. And that is all the oysters. We are up to a total of 35. Of course, we added 10 to the collection, and we will pick this up next time, which is when we'll be in Boneland. So join us for that. Well, we won't pick this up next episode, but we will pick up the oysters when we go collect them in Boneland. But for now, the next episode is going to be focusing on the unique stun jumps for San Fierro. So join us for that. Until then, farewell.
Down, speeding all around. The naked 47 got the power and it's bound to move any mother that gets in my way. Just another power machine on the freeway. Riding with me, there's my MC, homeboy, knowing the rules. Guns ain't part of his program. Finding the right way around this map might be pretty hard, cause he's fucked on crack. G, Grand Theft Auto